Hi guys, it's day 6 on the 3rd week of my 12-week transformation. Today's a non-training day for me. As I promised you, we're going to do a bit more cooking today. Last week we did protein pancakes and we also had a sweet pancake as well, but today we're going to do something more savoury with mincemeat. Okay, what we're going to be cooking is basically a homemade beef burger. Obviously on your diet you can't even have lean beef burgers out of the supermarkets, there's too much junk in there and you don't know what's actually being put in there. So by making them yourself you can help govern the amount of saturated fat in there by draining it out, and you can also add things to it to make it taste good. For example, if you're on a diet and you're not having carbohydrates at night, having beef on its own is pretty boring, so you can add other things to it to make it taste great, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Okay, so we've got 200 grams of lean minced beef here weighed out. As you know, you have to weigh your food out. There's no point in guessing, because if you're 20 grams out either side, then you don't know where you stand. We're doing that. We're going to add a whole egg to it. We're going to add some mild chili powder. Then we're going to have some onions and peppers in there, and then we're going to mix that all up. So I've got the onions and the green peppers chopped up. So if I look like I've been crying, don't worry, I haven't. It's just the onions. So we're going to chuck these in a mixing bowl like this. And we're going to chuck 200 grams of mince in there as well. And then we're also going to add a whole egg. And then I like to add mild chili powder. Some people like to add in various spices, but I love my chili con carne, so that kind of makes up for me. Then you've got to get your hands in and mix it up. Obviously make sure you wash your hands before. You don't want to get food poisoning halfway through your transformation, because that's going to knock you back. Okay guys, all the ingredients are mixed now. Wash my hands obviously. So obviously you're going to get, as you know, the extra virgin olive oil 1 cal spray. By now you know I love this stuff. It's a fantastic way of keeping your calories really low without burning your pans. And then what we're going to have to do is shape these basically into burgers. You shape them however you like, and then from that you just leave them cook. So I'm just going to place them into, what I like to do is make them into small meatballs. And then once these are cooked, you're going to see that with the mince the fat comes out. I'm going to show you how you can really limit the fat in this meal so that you can get a lot of the saturated fat out, which you get in minced meat. This is really messy, but they taste really good, so it's worth it in the end. Okay guys, so as you can see, these are cooking up nicely right now. When you cook them they go flatter like burgers, which is excellent. So once they come to the end you're going to be able to see that there's more fat juices coming out. And then what we're going to do is place them on a plate like this with tissue, a kitchen towel, and I'm going to put them over the top and leave for about a minute, because that's going to absorb the fat out of it. So that way I know I've reduced some of the saturated fat in there. It's a very lean sort of mince meat anyway, but if you can decrease the saturated fat, then that's always a great thing to do. Okay guys, so as you can see, we've left these for a couple of minutes, and look at all that there. So by doing that, you're just going to decrease the saturated fat a little bit more. So when you eat this very tasty meal, you're going to enjoy it that bit more, knowing you're doing nothing to hinder your progress on your transformation. Right guys, you've seen what I do to cook my beef at night. This is just one of the many recipes. Obviously you can always alter it, as long as the calorie content isn't changing for the worse, that's no problem at all. So I'm really going to enjoy this meal. Obviously I'm about to go get my carbohydrate source as well now, my jacket potato and that. But these beef, burgers you could call them, taste absolutely delicious, and they're a fantastic source of nutrients later in the day, post-workout, because they elevate your testosterone levels, and the fat levels in them will actually suppress your hunger, because they slow down the rate that your body is absorbing calories. So basically it's going to suppress your hunger, so come maybe 11 o'clock at night you're not going to get that typical hunger where you'd like to have something, and that is when a lot of people actually cheat. So I would really advise having a red meat, such as lean beef, a recipe like this with egg in as well. It's a fantastic way to stimulate your anabolic hormones and also to suppress your appetite. I'll see you tomorrow for day 7 of week 3.